Bounty Bob is mining a radioactive mine in the year 2049. Let's hope that's not prophetic, eh? Help him claim all the various stations. Avoid contact with the deadly mutant organisms by running away or hopping over them. WHINER 2049er takes me back to the early 90s, watching my older cousins play a seemingly really frustrating game on their old Commodore 64. I was, of course, too little and stupid to be allowed a go, but I vividly remember the weird scarecrow-looking dude and the sound as he walked around these mines, climbing ladders and plummeting down chutes. The principle is to cover every spot of ground by stepping on it, while either avoiding enemies or collecting these artifacts that give Bob the ability to delete them for a short while. It was quite innovative back in 1982 for having multiple level layouts, in a time when most games simply increased the difficulty and not changing much else. Space Invaders, Pac-Man, etc. It won designer Bill Hogue several accolades, and not long after there was a sequel entitled Bounty Bob Strikes Back. The Game Boy port features a collection of 10 levels from both the original and the follow-up. The enemies only form a small part of the challenge. The more irritating threat is your own mass crumpling into mush should you fall more than about half your own height. You have to be really careful not to fall off a platform when edging along to snag that last bit of ground. Delicate taps of the D-pad are needed in many situations. This would be fine, except you also have a particularly stringent time limit. These mines are radioactive after all. You can't really afford to waste a second or do more loops of the level than necessary. Run out of time or die in any other way, and you have to restart the whole level. 3 lives and no continues means it'll take some practice to get to the end of the 10 stages. Graphically, the Game Boy port is a bit of a mess. Backgrounds are far too busy, and so, especially when playing on the DMG console, it can be a challenge to make head or tail of what's going on. At least you're zoomed in plenty. Unlike the older versions, the levels are not confined to a single screen, but shift around with your movement. This can result in you not knowing where the untouched areas of ground are, so, as well as you can be, in the time restrictions at least, be formulaic and figure out the order to approach each platform. Bear in mind you will visit some naturally when sliding down the chains of chutes, so don't worry about them as much. Oh yeah, and don't ever step off a platform because you will always die. All that radioactivity has rendered Bob's skeleton around 70% dust. We are closer now to 2049 than we are the release date of this game. So in the imminent post-nuclear era, at least we have brittle bones to look forward to. Yeesh.